So, I'm going to do kind of an introduction. If you don't know anything about this, if you're whatever, I had a show on Zoom during the pandemies that I called Zoom Diner, and essentially it was kind of inspired because, we couldn't be out and about doing stand-up, but when we were doing stand-up, before that, whenever I was in between spots, me and my girlfriends, me and my other comic friends, we would meet up at a diner, and we would try to help each other punch up jokes that weren't working or just try out new stuff. And I kind of realized from doing stand-up on Zoom, it was so unfulfilling and awful that I didn't want to do the jokes that I knew were polished. I wanted to work on new stuff and just try things out because it was going to feel awful anyway because you can't feel the laughter, kind of like this. And and I just wanted to work on new stuff. That was the best way that I handled the pandemic, and it was the best thing I ever did. And I ended up actually writing 85% of the special I did in 2021, trying each joke out, doing Zoom Diners. So we're not on Zoom anymore, so I've renamed this First Draft Feelings. Essentially, everyone's going to do 5 minutes of very new stand-up. Maybe it has some structure, maybe they're just talking out of their butt. It's probably not going to be great. But then the other comics will give notes and suggestions, maybe tell stories. If we have time and you guys have ideas, maybe I'll try to get to you. I can't make that promise. I'm still working out the structure of this live. I've never done this before live, and it might be bad. So are you guys excited? Yeah! Let me bring out the other two comics. Please welcome Shafi Hossain and Josh Gondelman, everybody. Yeah. So these are both the two nicest and best comics working right now. I'll give them, they're great. You have a microphone, Shafi.
Nice. I'm nice. Thank you.
He's very nice. So I'll
Shafi's really nice.
I'll give full introductions when they come up and do stand-up, but I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to do 5 minutes of trash, and then I'll open it up to them, and we'll see how this goes. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so sorry.
One more time for Liz. Clap it up for Liz.
Okay. So I'll be honest. This first thing is kind of weird because it just happened, I guess. So I came out with a special a month ago. It's called Space Camp, and I'm very proud of it. And 4 days before I released Space Camp, I received a cease and desist from Huntsville, Alabama's Center of Space and whatnot. And it was 10 pages long. My manager sent it to me. I thought it was a joke. I didn't think it was real. She even thought, some of the language was, so over the top that I was like, can we just start with, I didn't know, how is Space Camp I didn't say Huntsville, Alabama's Center of Space and shit. I said Space Camp. So 10 pages long. They're very upset about it. I'm going to tell you the joke that they heard. It was my trailer. That's how they know about it. But essentially, my joke is about how I accidentally washed my cat in my washing machine. He's fine, all right? He's fine. I basically, he was in there for 2 minutes. Water never touched his body, but he did get tussled around a bit. And I think he thinks I sent him to Space Camp, and he's too fat to go to Space Camp. He would have never survived Space Camp. So they saw that part of the joke in the trailer, and that's how they learned that I had a special called Space Camp. So I'm going to Lenny Bruce it. I'm going to read you my favorite line from my cease and desist. I used recycled paper, so just bear with me. Okay. Miss Miele's statements imply that space camp programs are somehow inappropriate for fat children. There's no way that's lawyer speak. I've never actually been to school, but there's no way that that's real. This is certainly not the case. While cats are not permitted at space camp, our client welcomes children and adults of all sizes. Your client's use of space camp risks causing reputational harm to our client. Cool. So this, first and foremost, I just want you to know I've really grown a lot in the last month. I've learned the difference between copyright and trademark. Copyright is my ability to call, there's artistic, the First Amendment, I don't know if we still have it, but that's under the First Amendment. There's artistic rights. I can talk about space camp. I can joke about my cat going to space camp. I can name my special space camp. Trademark, where I have t-shirts I sell that say space camp over a cat and a washing machine, those are in violation. So I read over this thing, blah, blah, blah. 4 trademark lawyers later, I realized that I am in violation with it. I have a meeting with their lawyers and basically was like, if I take Space Camp off my t-shirts, am I fine? And she goes, maybe. But it really threw me into truly a panic and upset. I'm going to do what they need me to do because I don't have any money to fight back. But because of artistic liability, my next tour will be called Space Camp, the Revenge Tour. I think that's... let me see if I have anything else that I wrote about this. Oh, okay, this is the other thing, is that I don't know how anybody else feels when they get adult bad news. Not regular bad news, but it felt like adult bad news to get a cease and desist. My first thought was I'm a baby. I'm 40, by the way, but in my mind I was like, what? You can't sue? What? I don't know if anybody else is like this, but the first thing I wanted to do was call my dad. What is my dad gonna do? And it made me realize there's this episode, I don't know if anybody watches trash TV, but A&E had this show called Best Arrests. And there was this episode of this girl that was drunk driving. She gets pulled over. And she's the police are trying to arrest her, and she's holding on to the door, and she's like, no, call my dad, no, call my dad, and she's screaming it and truly resisting arrest, being like, call my dad, and then they call her dad, I couldn't believe they call her dad, and he's like, what do you want? You're going to jail. What do you want me to do? And I really did. I got this cease and desist, and I was just I wanted to call my dad, and I just know for a fact my dad's I can write you in jail, but I don't, I think there's something about women that are just my dad will fix this. And there's 90% of dads don't help. Nobody talks about how there's only it's only TV dads. It's not my dad. He's not going to help. I hope my dad doesn't see that. He's a nice guy. Oh, wow, I really talked for a long time. I didn't think that was going to take up the whole thing. Let me do one quick one real quick, because I told Shafi I had some news that was going to upset him. So I'm probably moving to LA. No. Soon. That's yeah, that's a valid response. I'm going to move in with my boyfriend. Yay.
He's moving to LA as well?
Yeah, he's not without me. He's not going to go without me.
Because he lives in my neighborhood.
I know,
You're
that's
taking
sad too.
him away
Okay, put
too.
your microphone. You're done. I feel bad, but I am probably moving to LA soon, and I'm going to move in with my boyfriend. And I've just started telling my family the last couple of days. I have not told Shafi, and he will be mad at me. That's going to be his notes. But I told my little sister lives in LA. She's lived there for 10 years. So she's the first person I told because I thought she would be excited. And she was. And her first response is oh, are you guys going to get married? We're trying to buy a house, which is the funniest part about it. So she's like, are you going to get married? And I was like, oh no. I honestly think a 30-year mortgage is commitment enough. Right? Honestly, I think a 15-year one would be more realistic. I don't ever want to get married, but I do think it's kind of romantic that my boyfriend asked me if I wanted to get in debt with him. I think that's really sweet. And then I called up my dad. This is true. I called up my dad yesterday, and I kind of broke the news. My parents are from Jersey. I've lived in Jersey, New York, for my I don't think they've left New Jersey. They're just a little bit why would you go over there? They're gross. And they were upset when my sister left. And my dad, the first thing my dad said was we live in separate apartments right now. He was well, don't you think you should live together first? And I just want you to know, me and my sisters have broke my very Catholic dad. Do you understand this? My older sister, she moved in with her now husband when they were dating. They were just dating and they moved in together. My dad lost his mind. And then my little sister started dating her roommate, and then married her roommate. So like there was never even a time where they weren't not living together. And now fast forward, his 40-year-old daughter, I think he knows I've had sex, but who knows? His 40-year-old daughter is moving in with her buying a house with her boyfriend, and he's like, I don't know. That's living in sin. I'm not sure. Okay, this is dumb. And then the other thing he said is, so my boyfriend is like genuinely a neat freak, and he was like, I just think you guys should live together before you buy something because it might not work out because he's very clean. Fuck you! Are you serious right now? He basically was like, you're a slob and you're gonna ruin your relationship. But we started looking at houses, and we were looking at this one house, and it was like genuinely no storage. There was no storage in this entire house, and I kept being like, where do you put the vacuum? Like there's literally like, where would you put a vacuum? And we left the house, and he was just like, that's the most attractive I've ever been to. That was the hottest thing I've ever heard. Is you wondering where our vacuums are gonna go? I have a robot vacuum because I don't clean, but still, I was okay. I have nothing less. Thank you so much for listening to me. Let's open it up to our. Hi guys.
Hi.
I have
Go.
a cease and desist, and I'm moving to LA.
This is huge news on both fronts.
I know. This is bad. Guys, my life is in shambles. All right, so cease and desist. I would love to punch that up just to have another joke to piss off this space camp program.
Yeah. First of all, first pitch, call it a space and desist at some point. I also think just structurally, and this is boring for you all, but it is a real thought that I had, flip it and kind of recap the joke first.
Yeah.
And then reveal that you got a cease and desist.
That is smarter.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So not really funny per se, but just kind of a technically sound thought I had.
He's like structurally you are bad at this. And you should know better. I usually those kind of things, it takes me a while. Like even my boyfriend will be like, "Hey, you kind of talk too much about the boring stuff and don't want to get to the funny stuff for a while." And I go, "Yeah, that is not good form. I should work on that."
It's called trusting the process.
yeah. I kind of bore people for 3 weeks and then I start making it a solid joke.
I feel like you have like what 23 specials, and
I do.
So I feel like maybe there's another example you can do of another special you had, and like a counterpoint to the space camp.
But
cease and desist.
I kind
like you never had like the other names you can like rifle through them.
Oh, that's kind of
and
smart.
like I never got like a cease and desist from that.
For murder sheets.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like why are those people? Why aren't they?
I do like that. I like the idea of being like, we're the murder sheets people.
Yeah.
So I have self-help me, murder sheets, the ghost of academic future.
Yeah, I feel like it's self-help probably, or the murder sheets.
You know what
the
cute part of that is? My next special is going to be called This Is Camping. And when I told my mom that I got the cease and desist, she started Googling, is this is camping? Is that trademarked? Like my mom doesn't even trust that I will be ahead of this.
Sure. I think that's funny. I think you should.
Yeah, I like the idea that now my family is like getting. Also, my baby brother is a lawyer, and when I was telling my mom about the cease and desist, she's like, I don't know anything about law, but I did make a lawyer, and she's like, I just feel like this is really unfair. And I was like, yeah, Mom, that's how you do law. You go in, you're like, this is unfair to my client.
Such a funny line. I don't know law, but I made a lawyer.
I made a lawyer.
She's like
that's like unbelievably funny.
Yeah,
she's like a human law school.
So you don't have to. You don't
She's
have
like,
to.
it takes a little bit of intelligence.
People do 3 years. I just put that out for 9 months.
Yeah.
You get degrees for 9 months.
Similarly, you're saying your brother's a lawyer when you're like, I don't want to call my dad, but my dad wouldn't be able to. Like, my first thought was I want to call my dad, and then say what your dad. Is he a veterinarian?
He's a veterinarian.
So just like I got the cease and desist, I want to call my dad. I don't know why my dad's a veterinarian.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Where I'm just like,
hit.
that's my brother's a lawyer. Didn't even think of him.
That's so funny.
That's a really good point.
You don't call your little brother when you need help.
Which actually could. There's a line I was working on because this is 100% true. My baby brother used to live in the city. He's in Hoboken now, but like I'm not close with him at all. Like I always say, our numbers read like a wrong number exchange. So that's fun. Fuck you. That's funny. What a great way to describe that I don't talk to my brother.
Or it sounds like one of those scam texts, like, "Will you be over for meatball dinner tomorrow?"
Yeah, press yes. No, that is funny. I don't know why I wanted to call my dad. I should call my lawyer brother.
So funny.
So you mentioned in the joke about like how you like felt like an adult after you got that, right?
Yeah.
So what's a I don't know, what would be a good example of a kid getting something like that? Like, because you tried to play with that angle, but you never explored it.
Yeah, like what's something that what is something that launches little kids into adult, or something that's so ridiculous?
No, a kid getting something like what's the equivalent of a kid getting something that they're like, oh shit, like
I'm a man now.
No, I'm in trouble. Like getting something like where you like call your dad as a kid versus like an adult.
Well, do you remember there was that news story of a kid that stole his mom's car and then drove it to like Burger King or something or Target? It was like a 10-year-old kid that stole their mom's car and drove it to Target. And
we follow different news cycles, I think.
Shafi's like the smartest people I know, and he's like, I read the New York Times. I don't know what kind of trash you're watching. No, but I guess there's something like, you're right. What
like when a kid, it's like you get a bad report card.
Right.
And
Call my dad.
Yeah.
I love the imagery of that. Like when you explain the joke with like the example of the TV show that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
I want you to be in that situation almost, not like, so I don't need the other person to be there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I want you to like act that out almost. I feel like it would be more personal.
So then is it me? Because like I remember when I was, I think I was 19, and it wasn't my fault. I would like that to be stated. I was making a left, right, and stop sign, and they stopped, and I made the left, and some asshole went around this like bus or whatever and hit my car. I think I was like 18, 19 years old. I was very early into driving, and it like everybody saw me as this young person, and it was my fault. I was like, hey man, I just took the driver's test. I know the rules of the road. This is fucked up. And I remember like my dad being like, I'm not mad. I was like, no, you should be mad at him. I don't care that there's no reason to be mad at me. You should, like, so there was like this moment of like where like there's real consequences. Like cars got hit, doors were slammed, insurances were notified, and I felt like I shouldn't be in trouble. I didn't do anything wrong. But when you're younger, nobody cares.
Maybe you have to like expand on that with multiple stories of how you felt and the need to like call your dad.
But maybe I just I just kind of lie and say like that the cop is like writing stuff, and I was like, what are you writing? Call my dad.
Yeah.
So maybe I fudge it.
Yeah.
I do also think
guys.
her
We fudge. Sorry.
hanging onto the door and screaming is like, it's kind of miraculous more people don't do that when they get arrested. Like my impulse when someone's like, you get out of your car, you're coming with me, is to be like, you're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what the fuck? Like if anyone in a different hat tried to do that to me, I'd be like, no, fuck you.
Yeah.
But there is something about like as women, we're just trained genuinely like one, don't go with anybody, and two, call your dad.
Yeah.
Like that is like the go-to for like just like I think all women at any age, there is just like a moment where you're like, my dad's dead, but he'll fix it. Too sad? Okay.
I have two more little things on this if you
Yeah.
want to hear. Lenny Bruce is so funny before you read
so
from the
much.
legal
Did
transcripts.
you guys get that reference?
Yes.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Did anybody not get that reference? Clap if you didn't get that reference.
Okay.
Don't be shy. Just a quick history lesson. Lenny Bruce was getting like sued out of his mind. It's now in Mrs. Maisel, so he's actually a character. But in the '60s, he was getting sued out of his mind because you couldn't curse publicly, and so he was in the courts. He started reading his like lawsuits like on stage, bombing like I was, and it ended up like I don't know how he died, but he died with like no money because he kept getting sued out of his mind.
Yeah.
And the reason we were able to, I mean, everything's backwards. Like I don't know, everything's not great
Didn't
now.
he OD on alcohol?
He might have, but he like didn't have
Definitely
money
did.
because he kept getting sued because he cursed publicly. So that was my Lenny Bruce moment, is reading something boring. But thank you. I love that I taught somebody something.
And then last thing, when you said that you were like, was this fine if I do it like if I take Space Camp off the shirt? And she was like, maybe. It's so funny. We were like, that's not how the law works. Like it's not like flirty and coy. Like, did I trespass? I'll never tell. Like,
Well, I should probably actually add that because one of the lawyers, like one of the trademark lawyers I talked to, he was like, hey, you could pay for me, but you could probably do this yourself and I think you'll be okay. And he kind of like coached me on what to say. And he was just like, he literally was like, just be like, oops, I didn't know. And I was like, what? I'm just supposed to play dumb. Been doing it my whole life. But I was like, so I literally called up and I was like, I'm a comedian. I didn't know. Like I was literally like an 80s like sitcom character. I was like, dude. So I did like.
That's very funny.
Yeah, there's something really funny and stupid about how somebody. Oh, also the lawyer, he did me a favor and I didn't have to pay, but he made it very clear that just the phone call I was having with him was $1,600, and I was like, "You are probably the most handsome man I've ever talked to. Thank you so much for saving me $1,600." So yeah, there's some characters in the
I
story.
love the idea of like you going to court and the lawyer's like, my client, oops.
Oopsie-daisy. She's dumb. She doesn't know how to Google.
That's his entire.
I really did. Like, I never in a million years would have thought. Oh, the other thing is, I thought there were like multiple space camps. Am I the only person that
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't know there was one space camp.
I like know that one is the big one,
Yeah.
but I didn't think they like owned the concept of space camp.
Exactly.
There's so much space. Alabama doesn't own it.
Yeah, I would have thought also Houston. In no
Yeah.
way did I think like Houston doesn't have like a small cat and dog space program. Like, I don't know.
I'm with you.
Thank you. Also, what I did learn is you have to protect your trademark or you lose your trademark, and that is like that's the reason like Kleenex and Xerox like they didn't protect it, and now it's ubiquitous with like tissues and stuff. So I did like learn that you have to protect your trademark if you want to know.
Welcome to capitalism.
I fucking bullshit.
For LA,
Yeah, please.
I almost think maybe the twist is that your dad loves that you're getting a house together. Like how you like explained that you like he was broken as a Catholic because
Yeah.
of the other two sisters, and like he's happy that like house, that's like a big news, and he's like, yeah, sins, who cares about that?
Oh, that's actually a pretty good point because like my dad kind of gave up on me getting married. Like genuinely was just like, you know, like he was kind of happy I was like making my own money and like oh she'll just take care of herself. Like he like fell into feminism. Like he kind of was like he gave up and found feminism for me. And when
That's so funny.
That is really funny.
like I really do think that. And he stopped like asking about people I'm dating or whatever, and he stopped bringing up like marriage. And then when I said I was like buying a house and moving in with my boyfriend, he was just like I think there is a part of him that is happy, but I also think there's a part of him that's like part of him that's like, oh, he's really she's gonna ruin this relationship for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like I'm finally gonna have somebody, but if he moves in with me, I'm gonna. Is that too sad? Okay.
It's like fourth wave feminism where you get tired and basically jump into it.
Yeah, no, there's a level of feminism where you give up because it's so exhausting to be so strong all the time.
I had a little thought for this. I know you say debt before, but if there's another way, because that's so funny when you're like, we're going into debt together, but when your father's like, you're living in sin, to be like, no, Dad, we're living in debt. Yeah, exactly.
I like that. No, we're living in sin. No, it's debt.
We're living in debt, Dad.
I can't even tell you how high the interest price are and what a dumb idea it is to do it now.
Also thinking about what's the gift, like it's a ring when you get engaged. What do you give someone when you ask them to buy a house with you, but you're not married? Like, is there a gift for that?
Oh yeah, like a key ring or like you know the everybody puts their keys on like a
carabiner.
A carabiner.
That's for lesbian marriage.
Yeah. I do like. Oh, I hope we're getting. I think we actually are getting lesbian married because if you can't like before you were allowed to get gay married, you moved in with each other and you were roommates. I think I'm getting lesbian married.
And you already have cats.
And we do. We have two.
Right.
Can I just tell you my favorite story? So I'm looking at. I have two very fat cats, and he only likes one of them. And he's right. The other one's bit him several times. So he's not wrong. Their names are Lunchbox and Ghost. I washed Ghost, by the way. I washed Lunchbox. So anyway, we're looking at houses, and I learned a lot about just what ADHD kind of person I am. I'm just touching things. Like I'm going around the house and I'm like my dad. I'm like, is this mahogany? This is nice. But I'm just going around touching things, not listening to the realtor. And my boyfriend's like asking real questions about houses and stuff. And I'm passing by as I'm just like being a weirdo in someone else's house. And I hear him say, well, like, oh, I don't know if this will work for our cats. And I was like, what? I didn't say anything, and then we go out to dinner with my sister and her husband, and she's like, oh, how was house hunting? And I was like, he said our cats. And he goes, I don't remember that. I was like, I do. I took a mental picture. My heart grew 3 sizes that day. I was like, oh my God. I already drew up the paper, like the official adoption papers. I was like, it was the most hearts I've ever had inside me. That's all I got. All right,
One
do
more
you guys-
time.
Yeah.
Liz Miele, everybody.
Normal comedy shows would tell you somebody's credits. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell personal stories of love. I first of all, I've only known Shafi like a couple of years. I met you 3 years. I met him. He was opening for me upstate. Syracuse, and we drove. We have to understand is like you'll get in a car with a comic you've never met because they're going to drive you and you might spend 4 hours with somebody that you don't want to spend 4 hours with. It's a real risk, but I was like, I don't want to drive, and this guy is going to do it. So we start driving. I love him. We besties right away. But Shafi is the healthiest person I've ever met. Like, disgustingly healthy. Like, if I really told you about him, you would not like him. But it's so obnoxious. So, and I, like, try to, but I'm not. So, like, everywhere we go, like, we would go out and get, like coffee and tea or whatever, and he would get, like, a green tea, and I would get the equivalent of like probably like a melted unicorn, like just all sugar, never judges, I'll give you that, but like I'll get a burger and fries, he gets a salad. Like, what I want you to know about Shafi is he has the worst car snacks, like raw almonds, just like protein powder in a bag. Like, so he is the smartest person I know, one of the funniest people, and one of the nicest, but I need you to know he has the worst snacks. And keep that in mind as you listen to him. Thank you so much. Please give it up for Shafi Hossain, everybody.
Thank you. One more time for Liz and Josh, everybody. Clap it up. That's funny that you told them about my snacks, because my first joke is about a snack. I hate kind bars. I hate them. Kind bars. Do you know their slogan? Ingredients you can pronounce. Do you know that? What am I, dumb? Ingredients you can pronounce. How? Just because I can't pronounce it doesn't make it healthy. You know what I mean? Crack is easier to pronounce than quinoa. Is that good for me now? Ingredients you can pronounce. So obnoxious. I hate them. We're so kind. It's $3. That's not kind to the poor. You know what I mean? Can I have ingredients I can't pronounce but it's affordable? Can I have that? How about some unkind bars? I hate them. Because like they would like put like no sugar added. Do you know what I'm talking about? A lot of people do that. No sugar added. We didn't add it. And you look at the breakdown, it's like 10 grams of sugar. They're like, but we didn't add them. It just dates. It's natural sugar. We didn't do it. God put it there. God did. We didn't mix dates and oats together. We didn't do that. No sugar added. Literally, if you get caught cheating, and he was like, what the hell? It's like, oh, I did. We just mixed our genitals. We didn't do it. Just we mixed it together. God did it. God. I had a bad breakup long time ago. It was bad because the thing she said after the breakup, it stayed with me. I mean, breakups are tough, right? We agree. It's always hard. We were together for like a year, and I was moving down. I used to live in upstate. Now I live here. And she didn't like that. And then I get it. It's tough. It's whatever. But what she said was kind of, I didn't appreciate. She goes, if I knew that you're going to move, I wouldn't have wasted my time. Which, like, waste your time? I didn't know. You know what I mean? You can't, like, go into an internship and never get a full-time. I was like, I wasted my time. You know what I mean? If you don't like the food, you can just yell at the chef. How could you waste my time? No, you can't. Just tell your friends not to eat here. You know what I mean? That's. I feel like breakups are easy because like there's no ramifications after a breakup. I feel like there should be, because it's a betrayal. It's kind of a betrayal, right? There's like 3 kinds of betrayals, right? There's like financial betrayal that the SEC takes care of. There's physical betrayal that the cops take care of, right? But like when you emotionally betray it, there's no ramifications. You're just like, I feel like there should be. Especially if you cheat on someone, I feel like there should be a ramification. If you cheat on someone, you should have to pay for their therapy session for the next month. You know what I mean? I feel like that's more like a thought. I'll put it out on a TikTok video. Anyways. There's something I read a lot. I'm not trying to brag, but this is what I learned. This is what I learned this week. I was reading a book on actually like feminism, kinda. It was like Alfred Kinsey. Do you guys know him? He wrote a book about the sexual behavior in females in 1953. Very interesting. And he got called into questioning by Congress. Do you guys know that? We were doing that as a country. When the first person was like, we should learn about the female orgasm. They're like, what? We gotta ask you some questions, you know? It's the same Congress that funded that atomic bomb. They're like, studying the female orgasm, that's no, that's too scary. That is too scary. I don't know if you know this, in the 1800s, if women, they went to the doctors with like anxiety or restlessness, they would give them orgasms at the doctor's office. Did you guys know that? They would call it hysteria. Any woman who went to the doctors with like anxiety or depression, they're like, come, let me jerk you off. That's what they did. You can look it up. That's what they did. Imagine if men knew that. Imagine if we knew it. There would be no industrial revolution. We would be calling it like, hey, I'm sad. Can you prescribe me, empty me? Can you empty me? And this is the last thing I'll do, and then I think my time's up. Camping. Not space camp, camping. I have friends who camp, and they're like, oh, I just want to live simply. I just want to connect with nature, you know? I just want to feel like what people used to do. You think people used to buy $200 hiking boots? You think that's, oh, so simple. Oh, so simple. I'm living so simply. But rich people, they love cosplaying as poor people, don't they? Poor people can't do that. They can't even afford to cosplay as rich people. You know, there's like no weekend retreats where like, oh, look, I have a trust fund. They can't, you know what I mean? It's hard explaining camping to my mom because she lives in Bangladesh, and I was like, oh, yeah, when I go camp, she's like, what is that? I'm like, no AC, no electricity. She's like, just come home. You know what I mean? Just fucking come home. Get bites here by the mosquitoes. All right, that's all I had. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you.
Shafi, I set you up so well.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
I was like, oh, kind bars. Here we go.
It's so obnoxious how well he eats. Okay, this is my first thought.
Yes.
Do you remember they used to have ads, or they might still have ads? I just don't know where they keep those ads. They started doing ads a couple of years ago for high fructose corn syrup. Mm-hmm. Remember because they were getting such a bad rap that they were doing these ads, and it would be like a field of corn, and they'd be like, it's natural. It's just corn. Yep. Why is everybody so mad when it's so natural?
Why are you mad at us, sweet little corn?
Why? It's America. And then it gets into America, and then like an eagle flies over. But it really was like for a couple of years because they were getting attacked and everybody was taking it out. So there is something to be like, you can pronounce high fructose corn syrup. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a wordy, but I think there's something you can do with the fact that like whenever we attack something bad, I never saw a commercial for fake sugar until we started saying like, hey, it gives you cancer, and they're like, what? We would
sugar
never.
Also has like so many names. Sucrose,
oh yeah,
it's like Yahweh, you know. Like 99 names.
And I think you could do some. I don't know. You can play around with like how anytime you attack it, they start to be like, no, we're natural. Like or like everything started saying gluten free, and it never had gluten.
Can I add a tad bit to that?
Yeah.
This is how addictive sugar is. Coca-Cola. You guys know Coca-Cola? Coca-Cola, it started with like what? Cocaine in it. They took the cocaine away, and people are like, yeah, it's fine. The sugar is fine with us. Yeah, you take that's people are like, yeah, this is still good, actually.
It is an equally good white powder. This gets the job done. I also think it's so funny, Liz, based on what you were saying, that they act like it's so natural, like kind bars, ingredients you can pronounce. Like, what, do you have a fucking kind bar farm? Do they grow out of the ground?
And then I do think you need to elaborate on what unkind bars is. I love that. Yeah. So like my first thought is something like Oreos, right? Like the opposite of a kind bar, you know, in that sense. Yeah. But I think you can start coming up with like a whole bunch of versions of unkind bars.
Yeah, the first thing, I feel like I should explore that for sure, because the first thing was like, oh, I want something that's like cheap. And
this is all being recorded. I don't even know why you're writing this down. Oh, okay. It's so obnoxious. Just point to the I'll send you this. You don't even take notes. Just relax.
Just trying to act smart.
I'm
just like trying to live up to my
He's literally writing down like I don't need your help.
Just turns it to the audience and says, I got this.
I got this. He's like, Liz, I have so many degrees.
I have one more on the kind bars.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like cheating and you're like, oh no, I didn't put it in there. It's just got mixed up in there. And then like, well, what's her name? Oh, you're gonna love this. She has a name you can pronounce.
That's great. I love that. That's perfect.
Okay. I don't want to, like, you know when somebody writes something that's similar to yours and you get excited because you're like, I already wrote a joke, and that's not the point of it.
Yeah.
But, so we have to skirt around the fact that I already have a joke about this, but I do have a joke about how, like, I broke up with a boyfriend, and I was like, I would give him a great Yelp review. Like, I thought he did great service. Like, there is a part of me that's like, there are boyfriends, girlfriends that don't work out, but they're kind of great or whatever. But I do kind of think there is something about, because you were talking about like the internship where it's just like, it's not a waste of time if you don't get a job, like you've wasted my time.
Yeah.
But there's something about, I don't know, like after a relationship, people always like, they always have these reviews. Like, you know how you have to make a title for your review? And I just feel like after that relationship, her Yelp review was like, waste of time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
I wonder, because I don't want you to, my old joke, it's very old, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like, I think there's something to be like what kind of person she is, and like in any kind of review she leaves is waste of time, like with the title or something.
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
It is really, because to me the idea of like you're wasted my time is
Right.
like something's only worth doing if it lasts forever.
Right.
Like you don't get out of a movie and be like, oh, that movie ended in 2 hours.
Yeah.
What a waste of my time. It was a great 2 hours and it didn't go on forever.
I want this movie forever.
Yeah,
Can
exactly.
it convert it into a TV show?
I mean, they do that though. They make a series and then they make
Where's
a
the
bad
prequel
movie.
at?
Yeah.
I wonder if there is like, what is a genuine waste of time, and like comparing it back to that. You know what I mean? So there's always this idea of like, I'm trying to think like
She studied communication.
this show maybe, but
Sorry.
No, it's great.
My bad. I didn't think. This is on.
yeah. Oh no. No, but like what is something that everybody can agree is a fucking waste?
So like just scrolling on your phone, right?
Oh yeah,
And it's
like TikTok is
Yeah.
a goddamn waste of time.
And it's like some of the time that you were together, she was just scrolling on her phone. You wasted your own time.
Yeah.
I like that. She did.
Sorry.
No, this is
steamrolled.
perfect. You nailed it. You did so good. I was there like, somebody give what's
TikTok.
doom scrolling.
Right.
Yeah.
And
See,
then
you guys are doing
I
so
didn't
good.
waste that time. I was there. You were
Pitch
wasting
in.
the
Whenever
time.
you guys have something, pitch in.
Oh yeah, this guys. Just because you pay to watch the show doesn't mean you can't
You're
work.
part of it.
The
Part of it.
the Kinsey stuff is so funny. Like
so good.
from the same Congress or the same government that invented the atom bomb
Yeah.
was that the female orgasm was
They're
too
like a
dangerous.
female orgasm. That's communism. I don't care for that. All right, I'll write that down.
This is my first thought, especially with everything that's going on with health insurance. Like the amount of times you go to a doctor and they're like, "Oh, I wish I could do something." Like there is something to think of, like, "Oh, doctors used to do something."
Yeah.
Like thank you. I love the idea that like in the
They
past.
thought it was like, do you know they invented the vibrator because the doctors were like, I don't want to spend too much time jerking you. Do you know that that's why it got invented? They're like, that's too much. I don't want to.
I think we have the same algorithm.
I have
I don't
another-
wanna-
I think you're wrong.
I have another appointment to be 15 minutes late for. I can't get stuck here fingering.
Yeah. That's what they did. That's what they did.
Do you think, like, you know how sometimes when you need a surgery, they like go to the spinal specialist, he's the best in the business.
Yeah.
You think they're like, this doctor has
This is
magic
so-
fingers.
He gets it by 25 minutes.
That's right. He uses tongue. I don't even know he's like a whole thing.
But I would love for you to compare it to what our situation now is, where insurance doesn't cover anything. But I like the idea that like old timey
HSA,
insurance
yeah.
is just like, you've already had 3 orgasms this year. We don't
yeah.
know if we can cover this. You know?
You gotta pay copay.
Yeah, you have a copay
It's
for your
gonna feel
orgasm.
weird. Leave the copay on the dresser.
And then, sorry, no,
I was
go.
just gonna say it's fun to think of a doctor's appointment with a happy ending. Like we have good news, we got bad news, and we got good news.
And then you started to go into like if guys knew that if you would always
doing
orgasm
that.
after a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the wrong direction, but the amount of guys that complain about how you have to have like a finger up your butt or whatever, and like the idea. Sorry, everybody, but the idea that like you go in because like the word gets out that you orgasm, and then that's how the finger in the butt thing started, and you're like, I've been getting the wrong information. Like this isn't going exactly the way I want. So I also like the idea that like doctor's appointments have changed, and it started with orgasms, and then it just turned into fingers up your butt. I don't actually know what happens to guys in doctor's appointments, I guess.
We just hang out.
You just hang out?
Just boys.
Boys.
We just bro down. We just like throw on a football game.
We ask each other how much sex did you have the last year, and we lie.
Doctor's
Yeah.
We
like,
lie.
how many drinks do you have per week? You want another one?
That's too low. The numbers are too low.
Yeah, yeah. How many
Get 'em
partners
on
have you
board.
had? Too many, bro.
Smell it.
Did you say smell it? What did you say?
I said smell it.
Shafi!
That was good.
I thought we were doing improv. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Shafi, my mom is here.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I love her.
Yeah, she's the best. Camping. I love the perspective on rich people can make anything expensive. I'm trying to think. I think you can turn that into glamping. Just so you know, like my boyfriend tried to get me to go camping, and I was like, "Here, Nitika, our friend Nitika, she sent me a thing for glamping. So camping is free, right? Or like some places you have to pay $10 to like stay overnight. And my friend Nitika sent me glamping, and it was like $600 a night. So it's more expensive than a hotel. And I just sent it to my boyfriend when we first started dating. I was just like, "What about glamping?" And he was like, "I can't do this." So I do understand. I do even like if you went through the trajectory of camping, which is like first it was. You didn't have anything, and then now we've turned it into like you pee outside, but like you could sleep in a bed, and like the bears actually serve you breakfast or whatever.
Yeah. That's good.
I think that's so funny too about your mom saying like just come home. It's
Yeah,
great.
that's
I love that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other things?
I didn't have anything on the camping. I liked it very much. but
Did
I
you just
didn't-
love camping so much?
I haven't camped much, which I think you can assume by my general affect.
Does anybody have anything about camping?
Or anything about any of the things.
Oh,
heard
yeah.
from
Is this
me?
a camping crowd by round of applause?
Oh yeah, I would love to know that. Oh yeah,
Okay.
And then non-campers round of applause.
yeah, because our rent is so high. Why would you camp when
Yeah.
you have to pay so much to live inside?
It's really spitting in the face of your apartment that you
Yeah.
work so hard to pay for.
You're like, I paid a broker's fee. Are you
Yeah.
insane? Okay, I feel good. Do you feel good?
I feel great. Thank you so
Awesome.
much for
Okay,
listening. I appreciate
I'm
it.
gonna introduce you. Keep it going for Shafi, everybody. So, in my spirit of friendship, my introduction to Josh, I think might shock him a little bit. So, I've known Josh. I think I've known you for like 15 years.
that's right.
Yeah, I've known Josh forever, and Josh truly is the nicest person you'll ever meet. He's known as the nicest person. I don't want to say he's not. But my fondest memory of Josh is the one time I saw him not be nice, or even just have like a little bit of spice to him. So I don't know if you're gonna remember this. We were on a show like probably 10 years ago, and we do a lot of like bar shows that like nobody shows up to, and that's just the nature of like being a young comic. Is like they're like, hey, come do stand up, and then nobody shows up, and you're just like, oh wow, someday I hope people want to hear me. And so we do the show, and the guy running it, there's nobody there, and the guy running it is like, hey, my friends are coming, give it 5 minutes. And then he comes over 5 minutes later, he's like, hey, my friends are coming, give it 5 minutes. And he keeps doing that for like over 30 minutes. No one's here. And finally, he does it for like the 5th time. He's like, hey, give me 5 minutes, my friends are on their way. And I said something to Josh to the effect of like, I don't know if his friends are coming. And Josh was like, I don't think he has friends. He was so annoyed. And I had a moment, I was like, that's the meanest I've ever seen Josh. I was like, I loved it. So he gets spicy. Thank you for showing up because he could be mean. But one of the funniest people I know, please give a huge round of applause for Josh Gondelman, everybody. Give it up for Josh.
Thank you, Liz. This has been so much fun. You know what I'm like already. I appreciate you being here tonight because this is New York City, and everything costs so much, and you really have to be conscious about what you're spending money on. And also, there's just so many wonderful options of experiences you can have at any price level. Like, here's an example. I last week was walking down the street and a gentleman said, "Excuse me, sir, do you have a couple dollars that I could have?" And I knew that in my wallet I had 4 singles. There was more than that too. I'm doing okay. But but I knew among the other denominations there were 4 $1 bills. And I was like, I'll give this guy $2. That seems like it fulfills my obligation. It's a win-win. So I open up my wallet to give him $2, and then a guy 8 feet away goes, "Hey man, can I also have a couple of dollars?" Which I'd never seen that strategy before. Like a champion cyclist drafting behind the leader. And I was like, I do have 2 more dollars. So I knew I was good for it. But I was like, I got this covered. They're going to be so impressed. And then the first guy goes, "Hey man, shut up. This is my customer." And then the second guy says, and I'll never forget this, "That's not what a customer is," so which is correct. And he was wrong, but he was trying to win on semantics, and that endeared him to me, because that's my strategy, too. So I go have coffee with my friend Kate, and I come back out of the coffee shop, and they're still arguing. They're still on the same street corner arguing. And the second guy, that's not a customer guy, yells at the first guy. This is where I re-enter the conversation. He goes, "Why don't you stand up and do something about it like a man?" And then the first guy, who is in a wheelchair, didn't bring it up before, didn't think it was relevant until this point. Just see him as a person. He says, "Why don't you come down here and suck this dick?" And I got to see that for $4. It was a 70-second play with a 1-hour intermission. It was worth every penny. It's pretty incredible. I have a very cute dog. Little kids want to pet it. I always say yes, because I can't be disappointing children that I meet on the street. I disappoint enough people. I can't have a kid come up to me and be like, "Can I pet your dog?" And be like, "No, that dog's for me to pet," and then just walk away. But sometimes parents give me looks. Like, a kid will approach me because I'm just like a guy walking around with a dog. Like, I get a wife at home and I've never murdered, but they don't know that. And so I'll be like, I look like textbook trouble, right? For like a kid. Like, if there's a van nearby, forget about it. That's a police sketch. And so kids will come up to me and they'll be like, "Can I pet your dog?" And parents will give me a look like, "You're not supposed to let them." And I'm like, "No, it's not my job to teach your kid to be safe. I'm not going to be the asshole that doesn't let him pet the dog." So I always say yes, because like, what do they want me to do? Like, in their perfect world, when a kid it comes up to me and is like, "Can I pet your dog?" How am I supposed to teach them a lesson? Like, "No, I could be bad." Like, I'm not, but I could be. I could be bad. I'm just like, pet the dog. Teach your kid better. Okay. Last thing. I love to do a favor. Because I don't have a lot of money and I like when people feel like they owe me. So favors it is. And I had an acquaintance, a lovely person who I don't know very well. That's important to this story. Lovely person I don't know very well texted me recently. She said, "Josh, can I ask a crazy favor?" And I was like, yeah, crazy is my favorite kind of favor. It's so good, because it means, when I say yes to a crazy favor, it means my heart is open to new experiences. Like, what are we going to hotwire your mom's car? This is going to be fun. Like, whatever it is, it's like something I didn't already have on my agenda that day. And this was for sure out of the box. My friend, acquaintance, texts me. She says, "Josh," it's a long text, and I read it in 2 parts, because it's 2 paragraphs. She said, "Josh, I think I'm ready to have a child, and I'm looking for a sperm donor." That was the first paragraph. And I got to the end and I stopped, because that is a bombshell in paragraph 1. Normally a favor doesn't bring up sperm right off the bat. It's like, that's the first sperm related favor I've ever been asked. And other than like, not there. So I was really thinking about it, because I was like, I don't have any kids. I don't know if this is something that like that I feel comfortable with, but like, why wouldn't I feel comfortable with that? Like, I think it's a beautiful thing to help a friend with. I think it would be like it's generous, but it doesn't cost anything. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say yes. And then I read the second paragraph starts. I was wondering if you like knew any guys that would be up for that. And that was hurtful. That hurt my feelings to know that she was just asking if I knew a sperm guy, like a reputable one who wasn't gonna like rip her off on the cum or whatever. Like that did hurt. Because I get it. There are some cases where I'm open to giving a referral, right? Like if she was like, Josh, my car broke down. Do you know a guy? I get why you would ask it that way. I don't seem like I would be good at fixing your car, and I'm not. I'm not great with my hands. I'm good enough with my hands to get you some sperm, I'll tell you that. That's a little hurtful to imply that I can't. And then I was telling my wife about this, and she took it well. But she was like, I think she's implying that she wants you to offer. She was you to offer her to donate your sperm. And like, that's not something you can offer. You can't be the first one to be like, would you like some sperm? Like that's, you just can't do it. And I'm not gonna ask, I'm not like, because I've been in the past rejected romantically, and that hurts. But like really at the core of it is, we're not compatible. There's just some spark that's not there, and that's okay. Like as an adult, I'm 40 as well. As an adult, you just know that sometimes it's not the right person for you, even if they see it before you do. And I think I would be crushed to be rejected offering my sperm. Because like if you offer you go, hey, do you want to go out with me? And they're like, no. You're like, oh, you just don't like my vibe. That's okay. But if you're like, would you like my sperm? And they're like, no. They don't like your family history. they don't like the potential for your genetics to mean more than they do. They're really just shitting on your whole bloodstream, and I don't think that's fair. Anyway, thank you very much. That's all. Bloodline is what I meant.
No, it's too late. You can't rewrite it.
No!
It's done.
What do you got for me?
Oh my God. I love a good story. So fun. So I don't know if this is useful. So
that's okay.
Yeah, almost anything I say is not useful. But when you were saying the double panhandle for that one, have you seen the new video? I'm on TikTok too much. Have you seen the new ways people rob stores now?
No.
Okay, so the new thing is if they're gonna rob a jewelry store, it's like 20 guys, and they come in, they smash the stuff, and that's the new thing is to have a bunch of criminal friends and to override the system by like there being too many people.
And people talk about the male loneliness epidemic. That's all it takes.
But I feel like there's something like before we kind of know where this is going, where you're just like, oh, double panhandle. It's just like, oh, there's like everything is starting to come together where you don't do things alone anymore. You rob together, you panhandle together, you cry together. I don't know. There's something about pairs.
Think that's funny that it's like
community. Thank you.
That is beautiful.
A community of criminals.
Yeah, I that's really fun. The idea of like this used to be a one-person job. Like, how bad is inflation that it takes two guys to ask for change?
Exactly. Perfect. So I don't know. There's something you can do there. Do you have? I have more stuff. But
yeah, I mean, that was so funny. I love the starting. The premise is so strong already with how you say that you can do so much in New York.
Yeah.
And you jump into explaining what you can do, and you never really reveal the other things you can do for like,
that's true.
You know what I mean? So like maybe there's like a moment where you can expand with like other like you go in for a coffee that could cost you like $3. I don't know.
Totally.
If there's a contrast between the two there.
Yeah.
And I also love the idea of the guy going that he's my customer. Like what other situations is he doing that where he like goes in like life thinking that if he gets money, they're the customer.
And it's also like, does he plan? Is there something he's gonna give me?
Yeah. Like
is there a product that's being exchanged? Because I don't know about it.
Like he already thinks it's a play. Like he's entertaining you. Like your premise already is sold by how he's reacting to it.
He's like, this is a mutually beneficial situation.
And maybe you add to this where the guy goes, he's my customer, and he goes, that's not what customer is, and then he hands you a business card, and you're like, oh my God, homeless people have business cards. I don't even know how you can do that. I also think, just piggyback on what you're saying is like you really can't get much for $4, and maybe it starts out just almost like kind of setting it up a little bit, although it's fine. But like you can't get a coffee for $4.
Totally.
So, like there's.
Right,
I wonder if there's
so
like
expensive in this city.
But like who doesn't have a parent that's just like, I used to see the movies for a nickel, and you're just like, Dad, we don't even have nickels anymore. You can't. We don't have change. They took it back. So like I do. I
do think that. I think that's really funny.
The other thing, maybe just another thought is that like how people in Midwest or wherever, they're like, oh, New York is so expensive, you can't do anything. Maybe you're like, oh, have you tried watching a play for $4? And you just like add that. Like you can find entertainment if you're just looking at the wrong places.
Yeah, great. Oh, you went to Broadway?
Yeah.
Broadway and what? That's that. You got to go to Broadway and Third. That's for this is happening.
I wonder if this might be a bitter perspective, but like the amount of people that like review, Broadway or stand up or music, and they're just like, they haven't tried da 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 da, and then you're just like, hey guys, we gotta everything this economy is hard. We gotta go bare bones. We gotta go no backgrounds. We gotta go on the streets again.
Yeah.
We gotta. Everybody has. What is it called? Busting when you perform on the streets.
Yeah.
And it starts with no performance whatsoever. It's just a guy yelling at another guy. Like it just breaks it down into.
Kind of Brechtian.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, the joke is so good. You don't need us. Okay, this is where I might lose you as a friend.
That's all right.
Okay, so for the dog joke,
We had a good run.
We did. We had a good run. We had 15 years together. I look like textbook trouble. I think it would be so funny to go overboard and just start saying everything that you look like, from like naming specific serial killers to going into like yeah. There's at least 3 Jan 6 rioters that I look exactly like. Like if you put any kind of headscarf on me, I look like 2 of them. But like just because you have, no offense, an average white face.
Yeah.
You could.
That's true.
Hey, somebody needs to tell him.
I would say classic Jew face, but that's my prerogative.
But I think you could go on some kind of crazy tangent about how like you kind of look like every dangerous person that is out there, and just go too far.
To children.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm way bigger than them all.
So yeah, I was just thinking you look like the worst people in society.
Thank you.
That's how I contributed to that joke. Yeah.
There was a line in the dog petting joke where you get really angry at the parents.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like maybe like having a conversation with the dog, almost explaining to the dog from dog's perspective, or like why are they running away, and you're like, because they think I'm a pedophile, you know? What I mean?
That's really
just talking to the dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like humanification of any animal is just so funny.
It is funny too to be like, my dog loves pets, kind of a pedophile himself.
He doesn't care for age. He'll do whatever.
Or you know how they have like those sashes now, like on leashes that are like not friendly, or like they have like the work, but like the ones that are like don't pet, whatever. I wonder if it was just like owner not a pedophile, like it's talking to people, like, where the guy's like, hey, cool yeah. Like one side is like he's cool, the other side's like promise he's not a pedophile, and every parent is like looks at the other side of the dog and is like that's sus. I don't trust that. Okay. Favors. Okay. Did you say what you thought the favor was going to be before?
I didn't.
Okay, because there is something funny about, like, you're such a nice person that it would be kind of funny to hear where it's just like, I'm going to help her with a surprise party. Yeah. Like, just like some, like, really quaint, thoughtful Josh things that you would do.
Yeah.
And then you see the word sperm and you're just like, oh, I've miscalculated this. Like, I have wildly...
I went. That's so smart because I've been going the other way with favors. I've been getting asked like all sorts of unreasonable shit lately, and this is the thing though. And I just do it. Like that's my whole personality. My friend, honest to goodness, asked me to. She was like out of town, and she was staying with a friend, and she was like, "Can you go to my apartment and like steal something out of my bedroom that I need that the subletter not to find?" And I was like, okay. And then I did it. So like I will say yes to like borderline crimes.
But I thought it would be funny if it was like angelic.
Really, that's
Like-
such a funny.
Like truly be like, hey, can you pick up some balloons for
Yeah.
my mom? She's not
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
well. And then she's like, I need your sperm. And you're
It's
like,
like,
whoa, I
yeah.
don't think I know this friend.
Is a different. Yeah.
This is a different
level.
friendship.
I thought you wanted me to like bake you a cake.
Yeah. And I have to bake something inside me differently.
That's
Thank you. I wrote just sperm distributor, like
Okay.
that's a number you call. I don't know.
I don't. There's no. There's no way I think to incorporate this sensibly. Maybe it works. I was telling Allison Libby of this story, and she goes, "Would you have to like fuck?" And I was like, "No, there's like science for that." I don't think that's how sperm donation works. You're like, "I'll drop it off right at the front door."
I think you can get more specific. You were kind of saying like obviously you're a guy and you have sperm, but it is like I had a friend that was a mechanic, and like everybody else would ask him to fix the car.
Yeah.
And I did once was like, can you recommend a mechanic? And he's like, excuse me? Like
that's really
like almost
funny.
like offended where everybody else was using him, and I
Yeah.
was just like, well, I don't want to use
That's
you.
really funny.
So I
It's
do
like, "What,
think
you don't trust me.
Yeah, and I was like, not really.
What do you think is wrong with my sperm? Other than that it will make your babies look like, to quote Liz, the worst people in all of history.
There's a callback opportunity. Come on, man. I think that we could really be like, I'd be like, if you know anything about these these parents, that I make serial killer faces. Shit, I wrote something down. You look at your notes. 'Cause
Yeah. So when you start that joke, I almost feel like you're trying to not come across as someone who would want to donate the sperm. Like you add a
interesting.
lot of. I almost want you to be like, no, of course I want to do it, and
Yeah.
then go to the shock of reveal.
that's smart.
Where you're like, oh shit, I can't. Like you have a name for the child already.
I'm
You're
so
playing
ready.
Catch
I'm
with the kid.
hearing you
This
lose
is what you
yourself by
wanted
Eminem
all your
for years.
But it is like, if you think it's like a very huge honor to ask.
is.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I think you're right.
And then like the shock of like, oh, my bloodline sucks.
Yeah.
And then I also think it's funny if like when you tell the story to your wife and your wife goes, yeah, do you know a guy? You know what I mean? Like just like adding
That's
to
really
it.
funny.
You know what I mean?
That's really funny.
I think I know what I said. I think there's something kind of cute where you could be like, and I think everybody knows this is the great debate: who offers sperm first, right?
Right.
Like I think there's like a great way to tie it. Like everybody,
You can't like split it.
yeah. Like there, so I think there's something like cute about tying that in.
We could go Dutch. That's when you come in a wooden shoe.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You guys gave that one way too much.
I love the whole perspective of you can't just offer your sperm as well, but
That is a crime.
yeah, that is crime.
Do you have to buy like a special kind of Tupperware for that? Like how would you?
I didn't
That's
get
like
that far
a-
down the rabbit hole.
Oh, that is kind of funny where
It's
you're.
like, what do you buy one, or do you have like a you already?
Or you can't put it in plastic because it'll start before it even lives with
microplastics,
microplastic.
that's right.
Yeah, that's bad for babies. We got
Glass milk bottle.
yeah.
From like the 1940s.
We got. I love what's happening. We got to wrap this up. Do you have any more ideas?
No, it's so funny. Great
Okay.
job.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh. You're doing great.
Thank
You did such a
you.
great job. Keep it going for Josh, everybody. Oh, don't die. Okay. Did you enjoy that? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I want to do it monthly. I'll hopefully have another one. So if you follow me or you get my newsletter or anything like that, I'm probably gonna have another one in November and hopefully another one in December. I'd love for you to come. I'm gonna have new comedians. Everybody's gonna have new jokes.